go. Here we go. Here we go. We got the draft. The draft is in.
Draft.
We got the big guns. The guns have come out. The kids have been picked. We're ready to go. Number one. Oh, who was number one for? Who was the first draft pick for Geelong, buddy?
Thanks for asking that. I literally have not seen a draft pick apart from the ones that Roscoe sent through in the top 10.
Lachlan Fogarty, number 22, is the first Geelong draft pick.
Fogarty.
Wait, not okay. Yeah, followed by Tim Kelly.
Western Jets, 179 centimetre, good decision maker, efficient user of the ball by hand and foot.
Sounds like a Darcy Lang replacement.
He's got a big side parting and big white teeth like Tony Robbins. I tell you what, I think he's going to come out with a self-help book at 25, and he's going to empower you. He's going to find the giant within. So I'm pretty sure that Geelong have found themselves a big smiley guy.
No bum part. 179 centimetres. He's a wee one.
All Australian. 179.
He was ill during the draft combine, so I think he's one of those smokies.
He shrunk. He was 197, now he's 179.
He's 179. Yeah, well, he's only 179.
He's forged his papers.
Do you know, I got to tell you, 179 is a really good height for triathletes.
Is that right?
So he might be a good runner and a good versatile player there. Okay, now, Roscoe, let me get to you, mate. Cameron Rayner.
Oh, number one.
Cameron. Is Cameron...
Yeah, very excited.
You must be happy.
Yeah, I am. I think Brisbane would have done their due diligence around the go-home factor. So for them to have... Because they would have gone for someone else if they felt that he would up and leave. Not that you can predict it, but yeah, I'm really happy. They showed a highlight package. I was watching the draft on Foxtel before, and he kicked some great goals, really good footy sense. And when he picked the ball up and tucked it under his arm and went for a run, he had elite AFL talent. Very excited.
Do you know what? If you do take a run, if you do get the ball and take a run, just doing that shows confidence. Do you know what I mean? Like if you're 18, you've got to get out. You've got to take them on and take a bounce. So you've got to have that skill to run, bounce, and take them on. It's more important than hitting the target. You know what I mean? In under 18s, they want to see that explosive speed when you get the ball. Interesting. Okay, so he's got that. He's got all the goods.
Yeah, and I think when he shook hands with Chris Fagan, he actually looked over the moon. So on the limbic gut meter, I'm feeling that he's going to be a 10-plus year player, a premiership player.
Premiership, I think it could be. I got a feeling this is the Chris Brad Scott boss black Lappin.
Yeah, it's forming the nucleus, the new Fab 5.
The big cats. The big cats are going to usurp the Corio Bay. Cats.
Well, interestingly, so Cameron Rayner is 187 centimetres tall and 87 kilos. So he has his wheat bix. That's a lot of weight for an 18-year-old.
Well, he's roughly, I'm a little bit taller than him, but at his age, I reckon, how old is he? 18. At 18, I reckon I was about 78 kilos, 76 kilos. So he's a big boy for his age.
Do you know, to be 87 kilos and be a midfielder, that's quite a lot of, he's got a pretty big package.
He's got a big
around. Tank. That's the concern is the tank. And
did you see his package in his tank? He's
he's packed full of muscle, and so So he's probably going to be, if he's 87 kilo, he's probably going to be there round one. He's not going to be a light framed guy, so he's going to be able to get out there straight away.
Who are we talking about?
I'm talking about Cameron Rayner, the #1 draft pick. So if you're going to have a player that's already the size to mix it with him, it's just up the top whether he's got that final 20%, as Dougie Hawkins would say.
That's a good pick.
He said it was an 80-20. It's 20% mentally, or was it? I think he might have had a different take on it, but Dougie Hawkins said, yeah.
Is that the same with the hair part?
Yeah.
Dougie Hawkins have the Prudo.
Dougie Hawkins at one stage had the mid part and the sort of mullet at the back as well. So he was he had the real Westie Sharpie look.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he went to the Plough Hotel a few times, had his steak and chips, and went there. Went from the Plough down the. And I'm pretty sure that he would have been a bit of a lad, hanging around Maidstone, some of the other suburbs of the western suburbs. So he's a good pickup. Now, this is the next one.
I think. Hang on. We have to give it a call. Isn't that what we're going to do? Is it Brownlow?
You've already called it. You've said he's a future premiership player. So
premiership player from Roscoe.
Okay.
Tony Walsh, what's your call on the Cameron Rayner?
Cameron Rayner. He's going to be hard at it, that's for sure. You'll get service out of him. Yeah, you'll get service out of him. I don't think he's going to be 400 players. He's too big. Too big to be kind of like there for more than 10 years. I think he'd be like Jonathan Brown was there for 14 years, wasn't he? At the Lions?
He's only 87. 87 kilograms, 18-year-old.
Yeah. So he's going to, after he's done a couple of pre-seasons, you're looking at about a 95-kilo bloke there running around.
You know what? He's reincarnated. He's Mickey Conlon reincarnated Tony Walsh.
Mickey Conlon.
He's
talking about
impressive person.
He had smaller calves. Like he was massive,
tiny,
top frame.
Yeah.
This is
the calves.
Port Melbourne. Then we go to Port Melbourne.
We went there and we saw Richmond Collingwood. Elimination final, was it? And
that was funny. Chris Mayne.
Yeah, that was actually a great game to watch.
Chris Mayne, a shot for goal, and the guy's gone, it's 1.5 million on this shot. And he's looking at me like, am I fucking wrong? That was. I went, Australia, mate. How good's Australia?
We're tough.
Well, and we're funny, and we're poignant. Did you say poignant? We don't fuck around, and it was like it wasn't.
Well, if you hit the post, then it would be poignant.
Poignant to the point of fruition.
New type of nutrition, which is fruit-based diet.
Fruition, yeah. I'm a fruitition. We call ourselves fruititions. We only eat things that fall off a tree. That's a fruitition. That's the.
That would be a weird diet. You could only eat things that fell off a tree. You couldn't pluck them. You had to eat them from the ground after they'd be ripe.
He's got a bit of feather in this kid.
Yeah.
He's got a bit of feather.
Now,
he's got speed, agility, dangerous around the goals.
Look at that pace, bang.
Yeah, he's got that.
So
it could be 2 years. I want to go back to Melbourne, see you, Brisbane. Goodbye.
Or he could be, mate, I'll meet you Friday night and we'll catch up. We'll just have a beer. And guess what? I've got a bird I can introduce you to. It could be a party boy. You don't know. I can tell you this. Looking at him, he looks like he's a hard footballer. Like he's going to be an in and under. Like you don't have.
But was he the one who had the bubbly personality before?
He was bubbly, wasn't he? He was bubbly with a real team guy.
I'm going to call it Brownlow.
Bang.
Ooh. Bang, Brownlow.
I read him and I watch him and I'm thinking Brownlow.
I wonder if you'd be able to get odds now if you could call a betting agent and say, I want to put $50 on 2022.
Okay.
Big coin.
That would be big coin, wouldn't it? Yeah, Cameron Rayner, 2022 Brownlow medalist. Bring it on, buddy. And, okay, let's go to pick number 2. It's Andrew Brayshaw. Medium midfield who, with clean hands, uses the ball well.
Any relation to the North Melbourne president?
Nephew of and son of the ex-player.
Ex-player was
Mark Brayshaw.
Played for North Melbourne?
North. Big bullocking centre-half, back, forward, sometimes ruckman. That's
played in the same era as Carey?
Yeah.
Archer? Okay.
Yep.
Backed it up with the top 3. They backed it up top 3 finish in the 2K time trial with a 6 minutes and 14. Do you know what I think we should do, boys? At some point, I think we should do a 2 kilometre time trial and time it, just to see what 45-year-old blokes, 46-year-old blokes look like
45.
doing a 2 minute.
Yeah.
2K time trial, just to see how fast you can run it.
All right, have to do it in Bali.
Yeah, let's do that. I would be happy to do that, and then just wash it down with one of those Balinese beers. What's a Balinese beer? What is the
Bintang?
Bintang.
Well,
Bintang. That sounds like something else.
Roscoe, talk. Show us your knee.
No, I'm just
Show us your knee.
Yeah, no, that's my time trial right there. This baby.
What's that there? What's that thing that's doing that? Is that like a butterfly clip?
Yeah, that's so that's they cut right along here. So yeah, that's all. It hasn't since the surgery. It hasn't been touched. I've got to go see the doc next week. So make sure it hasn't got infected.
That was full on. Like I thought about it. I looked at it and went, that's 10 years. That bought you 10 years, yeah?
Yeah, 10 to 15 for the knee replacement.
Like, who came up with the idea? Okay, let's break this. Break the femur. Wasn't it the femur that got broken?
Yeah.
That's an unusual bone to have any sort of structural damage happen to it without
They didn't really explain it to me properly in the lead up. It wasn't until the day of surgery that they sort of said, we're going to break the femur, put a wedge in there, whack a rod in, and then some screws. And
day of.
Day off. I mean, prior to that, he said it's knee realignment surgery. We're going to get in there and straighten it up. But on the day, I think they probably do it on purpose. So,
I would not be a happy chappy. I can understand. I get the psychology of it, but give me precedent. Give me this works, and we've done it.
So I literally went in there not knowing what was happening.
Yeah.
With his procedure.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
so anyway, I'm going to be right by Bali.
I'm gonna move along, boys, to pick 3, which is my beloveds. We have picked up from Bendigo Pioneers, Paddy Dow.
He'll be delisted in 2 years.
Andrew Brayshaw, I'm going to give him a Brownlow as well.
Really? 2 Brownlows? Okay.
I've got a good feeling about him as well, Brayshaw. I reckon he was the bolter at the end of the... He came from out of nowhere. I think that he'll be definitely a club captain, maybe even a premiership captain.
Do you know, he smiles a little bit like a Hodge. He's a Hodge smiler.
I'm not giving him a Brownlow. I'll take that back. I'm giving him a Hodge. I'm giving him a skipper. Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah.
Skipper.
So he could be a Hodgie type, and with the medium midfield with clean hands. Really?
Likened to, sort of has the media savvy, a bit more mature as well. So instant sort of leadership group material.
Brownlow withdrawn. Skipper. Don't know about premiership.
Okay.
Yeah,
Definitely thumbs up. Not a dud.
So we've gone through Paddy Dow, and unfortunately he's been Paddy's going to be delisted in 2 years, according to YouTube blokes.
Yeah, I'm not giving him 2 years. I'm giving him like 5. So you're going to be spewing because you invested so much time in him. Pick 3.
He's from the NAB. You know what I reckon? I reckon Ross thought that he's from the NAB AFL Academy, and because it's the NAB, you've just said, nah, you've lost me on that NAB stuff. Sorry, Nab. You can take a stab.
I heard him talking after he got drafted. He seemed nice, reasonably well spoken, very skinny. He's very skinny, so he's very light. He'll play senior games next year. I'm not sure how many.
Not many.
I'm not sure. He just seemed really light. His shoulders were small. But
I guess a lot of. Actually, no, okay.
Yeah, I had a feeling that Carlton was going to pick up Luke Davies.
Actually, no. I think he's going to be all right, actually. I think he's going to be okay. I just want to see him.
The highlights look all right. Yeah, I saw the highlights, and he looked like he
prolific ball winner.
Yeah, they all are. Yeah. They're prolific.
They're all, yeah. But that seeing traffic there, it's just when someone takes your head off, how do you bounce back? No, actually, yeah.
Yeah, there's little things that they look for, isn't there? And don't worry, he's going to be good. They're all the top 10. Is they've all got something a little bit extra that just stands out. Look at that. And spots a bloke up. Look at this and shot at goal. Let's have a look at shot at goals.
That looks like New South Wales.
Well,
no.
Yeah, it's hard to say where that is, but it's Vic Country, I think.
Is it?
Well, he comes from Bendigo. He plays for Bendigo Pioneers, so I'm guessing that could be
Vic Country.
That could be, if it's in Bendigo, it's called the QE2, perhaps. If that game was played in Bendigo.
There's Port.
So Vic Metro.
That was a good day, Walsh.
That was a great day. I love going to Port Melbourne. I played on Port Melbourne a couple of games and really enjoyed playing on the ground. The surface was nice. It was it was just a good atmosphere as well. The crowd seemed to be able to get involved, and beautiful surface. Beautiful surface. I would say that's probably one of the best grounds I've ever played on. Port, I think it's called.
Where did you play there? Oh, you were telling us.
Yeah. So Paddy. So according to you two blokes, he'll be traded out to the Sydney Swans in 5 years.
No, I think he'll do well. There's a lot of pressure on Carlton, Walshy, and now to start. Like, you've had some really good starts to the year, but have petered off. So I think people are looking for Carlton to take that big step next year with the talent on the list.
Yeah, they're definitely going to want to start winning some games, that's for sure. And the other thing is that they've actually got they're going to have to start thinking of a new way of actually attacking and a new game plan, new style.
Yeah, that's my concern is Carlton don't score.
What they do is they chip the ball around for 5 minutes in the back line when a team's got kind of any kind of momentum, So they just sit there chipping it for 5 minutes to wait for the other team's momentum to kind of like to slow down. And then once the game slowed down, they do a full-on attack and try to kick a goal and try to just do this really boring style of game. And it's really frustrating to watch, I've got to tell you. Yeah, so we've got to look at getting something better than that. All right, now, Luke Davies. Well, Luke Davies Uniacke, I believe that's how to pronounce his name, but it could be, it looks like a ukulele if you're, just for some reason, if you're looking at there. So I think that he'll be it's obviously going to be good. He's a graduate of the NAB AFL Academy, who's a strong-bodied, mid with a good burst of speed from stoppages. Okay, so there you go. So you're looking at somebody that's going to be just a bit of a, he's your guaranteed. See, this is the thing why I'm surprised Carlton didn't get him. Just looking at him, he looks like a guaranteed type footballer.
And he could probably play, over 10 games in first season.
Yeah.
So why do you think why Paddy? I mean, Paddy looked pretty good. Let's have a close look at him. But he had a toe problem. He had a camel toe problem.
Well, do you know, this is the thing, right? He's 187, again, with 85 kilo.
Yeah.
And this is why I think it could be. We've already got Patrick Cripps, who's kind of like a big framed dude. He's a big dude in there.
Is he tall?
He's 190. He's 194.
He's huge.
193, 194. He's the size of the centre forward, mate. And Paddy Doe, yeah. So if you look at, if I go back to Paddy Doe, it's a bit slow. I think he was 179, wasn't he? So they're looking for. You got players like Samo. You got players like Samo. We got a small. So we got this big. Smalls, I don't know about. Yeah, I don't know. I think Paddy Doe. I think he was always going to be a safe bet.
That's skilled study. Skills we study. Yeah, I don't know.
That's at Geelong. So yeah, look, it's a tough call. There's a couple of big calls, but hyphenated names. I don't know about that. LDU from down in on Stingrays. So
I think he's a bit more of a target. He's a bit more of a forward from looking at him. I'm just trying to compare him to Paddy.
Right.
I've got to watch it again. It's hard. Skills.
Hello, buddy. Okay, so we got. So that's. Yeah, I reckon that he's guaranteed. You're going to get look, all this top 10. They're all guaranteed. They're going to be 10-year plays. That's you can't. I don't think you can look and say they wouldn't be.
Where's this?
That looks like North Melbourne.
Yes,
it looks like North Melbourne. Yeah,
those colonial buildings.
Hello, bud. Yeah, come say hello.
Auschwitz.
This is come say hello. Now, I'm pretty sure that he's going to go. He's going to draft, but just not in our draft. He's probably going to be a goalkeeper. Goalkeeper.
Keeper.
He's a keeper. Hello, buddy. Okay, so at number 4, so Luke Davies. What do you think, mate?
Oh, sorry. We're talking about Auschwitz. What do you think, buddy?
What do you think? What do you think about Luke Davies? Is he going to champion or no champion? Yes or no? Yes. Okay, well, they got the yes. We should have picked up Luke Davies, I think. We should have gone Luke Davies, shouldn't we? We went Paddy Doe.
Which one?
Okay, he's good with.
Here's Paddy.
Yeah, look, I've seen the highlights of Paddy, and I'm pretty happy with the Paddy pickup.
No, I'm asking Auschwitz.
Paddy.
What does Auschwitz think?
You can't hear. I've got the headphones in.
Paddy, what do you think about Paddy?
What do you think about Paddy? Paddy, good?
Good.
Good.
What about Luke?
Lukey.
Which one?
Cool hand, Luke. Look, I think it's much of a muchness.
It's going to be. Yeah. It's going to be. What is it? Hodge, and the rest of that. And nowadays, it's that scientific nowadays. They don't muck around. I don't think they really miss it. They do actually, but yeah. I think nowadays that professional, and there's a fair bit of coin in it, and what I like about Luke, AFL Academy. I reckon that part of that is to work out this one.
Yeah, right.
You taught me that one, Walsh. It's like get that one, and then that's the one how you have a good outcome.
What happened to Roscoe? Is he not here? Did he drop off to Matt?
He's muted, and he's off. He's actually quite smart. Anyway, so
sorry guys, I just realised I've been talking then, and I had muted myself.
Oh, yeah. It's like we didn't even notice.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So what's your call? You got Auschwitz here. We don't need you anymore, okay?
No, I'm out. It's like Meet the Walshes anyway. All I can hear is Japanese music in the background.
Let me mute.
So Roscoe, what do you think about Luke Davis? Up, down, captain?
Turn it around. There is nothing like a crown. Look, I think. Well, he was touted as a potential 2 or 3, so he's a gun. I always think of Richard Tambling, so there's always going to be a couple of stinkers in that top 10, and is Luke one of them? I don't know, or is he going to be Paddy Dangerfield? Who knows? Speculatively, North Melbourne. They need him. They need some talent.
Well, she doesn't like the hyphen.
He'll be playing. I'm an anti-hyphen man as well.
Anti-hyphen.
Yep. There was only ever one hyphen.
Reece Jones.
Reece Jones.
Yep. The thing is that if he's going for a screamer, you can't say Davis. You can't. It's either Davis. It's
or Davies. Yeah. He'll be LDU, or he'll have a nickname.
Yeah, he'll be an LDU. And it's Davies, isn't it? And he's from Dandenong. I wonder if he's actually from Dandenong. G'day, I'm from Dandenong. So
check this out. Here we go. How's this shot? Oh, at skilled.
Yeah. And he loves surfing, apparently.
Oh,
okay.
Trade bait. Here we go. Loves the surf. Trade bait.
You might find. Oh, look, that's a
goes to Geelong. So I'm going to give him not a dud, and trade it to Geelong before he's 25.
Well, do you know what I reckon?
What do you reckon, bud?
I reckon he's going to, with that big frame. Yeah, I think he's going to be a.
He could go. He's going to be a WA if he likes to surf.
Do you know what? I think that North Melbourne's a strange place to go to. They've had some good. Petrie is probably the best forward they've had there in the last 10 years.
Let's check out his shin bones.
Yeah, but he's gonna have to Big Ben Brown. He's got to compete with Big Ben.
Big Ben, he's a gun, Big Ben.
Brent Harvey
played in the international rules. But Big Ben's like 25, isn't he?
What's that?
Yeah.
Man, he's next generation. Big Ben mentor. He's a successor. Oh, no, he's only 88, 87. Should we move on? Have we got any other calls on the Luke apart from getting traded to Geelong?
Yeah.
Okay, he's going to have knee trouble because he's going to be carrying his big frame around with him.
Trouble.
He's going to be
do it on the surfboard.
Oh,
because he's goofy foot.
Now, Adam Carrera is going to have to do something about that middle part.
Yes.
The Walsh part.
Yeah, that's not going to fly. Although I got to say, I had one of those as well when I was 18, and it did me no favours whatsoever.
In 2007.
And it's not even doing anything. It hasn't changed. Guy Fremantle's a big call because where's he from? Isn't he a Victorian guy? Eastern Rangers.
Yeah. Is it Dino?
Yeah. So he's got to go away from his family and go and pick up life in WA, which could interfere with his development because, that could go either way.
Left. The elephant in the room that I really want to talk about is that going home factor. Can we touch on that?
Let's touch. Yeah.
Over time, it has been such a massive, roadblock, like an absolute computer virus to list management in AFL football, Australian football compared to other sports from my cursory opinion. How big is it? How would the impact, guys?
Well, I think that's why Darcy Fogarty, went 12 and he was suggested top 4. He didn't get picked till 12 because of that exact reason. Nobody wants to touch. Nobody wants to touch him.
Lachlan. Darcy Fogarty, fill us in.
Yeah, so Darcy Fogarty, he was meant to be going in top 4. And Carlton didn't take him, didn't touch him because of, so you would have thought they would have taken him at 10 at least, but everybody didn't touch him. So obviously the word had got around. Another big one was Gavin Brown's son went at 50, and Port Adelaide had a look at him, but as far as nobody wants to touch, do you want to touch your father and son pick? That's the other one.
Do you want to touch that?
Go home.
But
do you want to touch your father and
you too. You have you grew up in Melbourne. You've come very, very close to being in the shoes of these guys. The going home factor. You've had impacts in your clubs. I want to hear you about that. Impacts and how you approach it.
Yeah. So what you want to have is you're going to be on the road every second week of your playing career. That's one thing. The second thing is every time you get dropped, you'll want to be going home. It's when you're not playing well. If everything's going well, everything's good. As soon as you get dropped, you want to get around your family and around your close friends and stuff like that.
Yep.
And because football is a game that changes week to week, isn't it? So you can understand why they want to have their support networks, because you've got people in your corner. There's nobody in your corner when you play interstate.
I think the level of psychological evaluation now is pretty intense, to the point where they spend hours in interview process to determine the go home factor. But then a few years down the track, Josh Shappy still left Brisbane, even though his dad played with Brisbane. He was touted as a lion for life, but he didn't. His form dropped off, and then he felt homesick. So I think I think they'll have a formula. They'll do as much as they can, and then the rest of it comes down to club culture. Are they getting a kick? If they're not getting a kick, have they got mates around them or enough people to sort of help them with it? But if you've got a winning club, mate, people stay. If you're losing, it's hard to, and you're interstate, non-AFL state, then it's hard to maintain to keep them there.
People don't buy what you do; they buy why you do it.
Yes, Simon.